Hello, once again. I want to thank you for continuously watching these episodes, and I think we are so far doing well. So today we are in a topic of how to embrace mistakes, and we shall be looking at overcoming barriers or the mistakes in life. And this is a journey of resilience and growth. It demands and requires a lot from us, especially if you're undergoing a certain challenge in life. Later on, we shall look at challenges and we shall realize sometimes there are opportunities for us to grow, and in one way or the other, we need to know how to take them up. So, for this episode, we shall be focus more on what I say. The slides do not have much. Well, you can look at them as well, but what I say mostly. And this is just a reminder for those who are sending me topics in the comment section. That's good. So you can as well be part of my next episodes by suggesting a topic or something you think I should talk about in the comment section. Yes, and if at all maybe there is something you've learned, one or two, or you would like us to change, still in the comment section. Yes, and I think we are good to go. So we shall understand the different challenges. We shall get to know how we can counteract and how we can possibly face them. So the agenda is brief, and we shall be looking at the definition, life challenges, how to deal with them, life challenges, the obstacles, then mistakes in life, how to minimize. We cannot avoid all the mistakes, but at least we can reduce them. We can have a few. Remember, some mistakes we do are not reversible. So we need to minimize mistakes because however much we can learn from them, they can as well punish us in one way or the other. So we ought to avoid them if possible. And one thing that we need to know is we shouldn't keep mistakes at the back of our heart or mind. If we are doing things, we need to move on and also get to know that mistakes happen, but how you handle them matters. So a mistake itself may not kill you, but how you handle it. You may end up dying because of mishandling of a mistake. How do you react after it has happened? And just a reminder, don't be a reason people make mistakes. And please, if you're happy, try to make sure everyone else is happy. Share happiness. There is no loss in sharing happiness. Neither does it decrease if you share it. And maybe for the viewers, please endeavor to keep away from trouble if you can. Yes, so a life challenge, this is something new or a difficult thing, often requiring great attention, great determination, and effort. So this effort can be required in different ways. Maybe you need money to overcome it, or maybe you need more lessons, more skills. So yeah, all those are challenges, and some challenges are good. So for example, a promotion, you can think of a promotion. So a job promotion is a challenge at times, and it requires resilience. It requires you to adapt, to get new skills, and yeah, if anything happens, then you should be ready for it. So now, when we are thinking about more life challenges, now these are the real challenges we shall be talking about. Obstacles that are preventing us from achieving. Yeah, they can be external, for example, the financial challenges or health issues, and others can be internal within us. You can think of limiting beliefs, you can think of self doubt. Yeah, these are challenges within us, and we also have to fight them. So, how do we deal with obstacles? One, we must acknowledge the challenges, and after acknowledging the challenges, we must go ahead to set small goals. Set small goals that, you know, in dealing with obstacles, sometimes we have to get counteractive measures. Yes. So in acknowledging the challenges, you knew, challenges exist and they can be overcome. So, under setting small goals, you have to break down the challenge into manageable parts because something big may be heavy for you to carry on for maybe some good time. Then you need to change your perspective. So, here we are, what I'm encouraging is not to look at a challenge or an obstacle as a big obstacle, but rather identify a small opportunity out of it. Yes, seek support. Seek support, please. Reach out to mentors, family, friends, and ensure you're okay. Because people have been through these challenges, people have been through obstacles, and it is very hurtful if something that someone went through is killing you or is a burden to you. Then you can as well learn from mistakes, learn from them, because mistakes are valuable learning experiences. If you can learn from other people's mistakes, but also reflect and learn from yours. Go for counseling if you can, find out what went wrong, maybe what you did wrong, and aim at improving it. Stay resilient, keep pushing forward, and then also make sure you have faith. You pray about everything. So I would just encourage everyone to be a believer. Pray about everything and with faith. So after acknowledging the challenge, you've set small goals, the manageable parts, seek support. Yeah, keep trying, keep trying. Don't give up. Don't think life is just flat. No, it's not a plain living. Sometimes there will be hills, there will be, yeah, but how do we adopt? How do we get to them? Then mistakes. You can think of a mistake as, for example, you get pregnant and you didn't intend it, or maybe you waste more than some of, uh, I can say ladies are impulsive buyers. You get to the market and you even buy something you hadn't planned for or that is out of the budget. Or a mistake can be speaking more than enough. Or maybe you interact with a group that leads into a mistake. So how do we deal with mistakes? It has happened. Yes. How do we deal with it? One is embrace mistakes as growth opportunities. Always and always know that at times you'll fail, but how do you perceive the failure? So there are steps toward the success. So even when you make mistakes, actually, the more you fail, the more you make mistakes, the more you learn. But this is not an encouragement that you make mistakes always. No. Embrace mistakes as growth opportunities. Know that they exist in the journey of success and move on. Self-compassion. Most of the times when you make a mistake, you will not find very many people to feel pity. Or yes, there will be some, but you need to start by yourself. Self-compassion. You know, be kind to yourself. Avoid self-criticism. It hinders progress. Most of the times you want to beat yourself up for not achieving something. No. In the journey of setting goals, there will be mistakes, there will be an achievement, but be kind to yourself. Yeah. Know who to talk to. Please, most of the times we are faced with challenges or mistakes, but we do not know the person to talk to. Some people have gone through these things. Some people are against us. We are running to talk to such people. No, let's avoid such. Like, know exactly who your friend is. Someone who you can reveal everything to. And that should be the appropriate person to talk to in this case. Learn and move on. So it is really a learn and move forward thing. You will fall, you will fail, but learn and move on. The fact is, you need to just keep moving. Yeah, at least you run or you walk, you crawl, but you make sure you're moving. Yeah, don't get stuck onto your mistakes or the previous mistakes. Take a break in life. Most of the times we actually do mistakes is we want to work overtime, you do not have. No, take a break in life. Or a mistake has happened. If you react there and then, you might create more mistakes or more challenges for yourself. So what you should do is take a break. Have a glass of water, relax, 2 hours if you are at work, or have a month leave, Then forgiveness. Forgive yourself. Yeah, that is the way to go. Let go of all the guilt and then have yourself, because you're conquering yourself with the mistake or the guilt. Forgive yourself and move on. There are better opportunities. Yeah, identify healing centers. There are very many places you can go to and find relief. Yeah, so it's better you identify healing centers and go. Get comfort, get counseling, and make sure you're okay. Ask around people. Many have been through it. So how do I deal with this and this mistake? Yeah, and know yourself. Know yourself surely, and because sometimes you need a group, you need a team to be with. Yeah, otherwise you might end up and you there will be cases of suicide. So know who you are and find a team, ask, talk to people, and yeah, then you keep going. But always and always remember to keep away from trouble. Yeah, some of the ways you can forgive yourself, I think we shall share them, or if you have any, you can as well share with me through the comment section. And don't be someone who keeps the guilt always. My friend the other time was still cursing himself because of marrying a very, I don't know whether by that time she was a wrong woman, but then how do you carry the guilt for over 20 years for marrying a wrong woman? The other time, a lady in Raris killed a baby. The mother forgot the mother was carrying a baby, and when they threw t-shirts, the mother went on to pick some, and in that way she killed the baby. So some things happen, they are mistakes, but then do not go on to kill yourself like the other mother did. No, find time and heal. Take a break, learn from people who have done similar mistakes. Yeah, but also always know yourself and identify yourself. Identifying yourself will involve knowing what is around you and what you should do and what you shouldn't do. Because if you have a baby, surely you shouldn't be running up and down, like, you know, up and down to just grab a t-shirt. So now this is the main thing I think of the discussion today: minimizing mistakes or errors in life. So we shall not say we can live without mistakes, but how do we minimize the mistakes or errors in life? One is through developing self-awareness. You need to know who you are. You need to know when you react. You need to know how you react when you're angry, such that you do not make decisions then. You need to know that if you fall in love, feelings overtake you and you even forget to, you know, control yourself. So know who you are. Know the things you're meant to do. Set clear goals. Now, in setting clear goals, remember, setting goals and implementing them, they are two different things, because you need to set goals and plans and stick to them. However much you need to be flexible, but stick to them. Otherwise, you fall into other people's traps or visions, and some of those won't be nice. You end up making mistakes. So, for example, if you're planning, plan all the way to the end. This is one way you can avoid mistakes. If you're going to a club, plan about how much you need to spend in the club. Plan about how you'll keep your phone safe. Plan about how you'll even interact with friends, about how you leave the club. It will be morning, for example, it will be midnight. How will you leave? Otherwise, you end up making mistakes and falling into traps of bad people. Being specific to your goals helps you to reduce ambiguity. So you're not praying around the bush. You know exactly what to do. Yes, make sure you focus, know exactly what you want, and that makes it easier to, for example, find the best paths forward. Yeah, being specific helps you avoid irrelevant things, maybe spending on what wasn't needed. So in that way, we shall be reducing or minimizing the mistakes in life. And if possible, break those goals into achievable action points. Yeah, achievable steps, and get them organized, reducing the risk of overlooking an important idea. Yeah, otherwise you might purchase fuel without a car. Make sure there is a chronological order of these things. Then practice thought-free decision making. Thought-free and informed decision making. I've been repeating this over and over again, and I think at the end of the side, I have something to do with decision making. But gather options, Consider and evaluate each, the pros and cons. Avoid rash decisions. Thoughtful decision making. Don't just rush. You'll end up in mistakes. Don't perform decisions out of competition, out of maybe wanting to hurt a friend. Consider your environment, consider who you are, and also receive feedback about these decisions. Consult, have mentors, seek feedback and advice. Yeah, ask for constructive feedback and learn from other people's experiences. In one way or the other, we are ending up with good decisions, good action points, and we are implementing them. Also, embrace a growth mindset. Use mistakes to grow. Now, the next way you can minimize mistakes is by improving emotional intelligence. Know your emotions and also refer to the emotions of the rest. How do you react when you're angry? So if you know how you react when you're angry, then that will help you know that when you're angry, you shouldn't make a decision. Yeah, you should know that when you're angry, then you should stay away from knives, you should stay away from spears, you should stay away from fire, you should stay away from ropes, you should stay away from water. Yeah, that is understanding your emotions. And understanding your emotions, for example, most people are tricked through feelings, through the emotions. Someone induces you to a point where you can't resist. Yeah, so know how emotions treat you and how you should treat them as well. Manage them, stay calm always, especially if you make decisions. Stay calm, make sure you have a sober mind and you're focused. Yeah, make sure you have the discipline to make yourself calm and comfortable before you perform a decision. Now, practice good habits and discipline. And this requires commitment because you just do it one day and then the other day you're into other things. So practice good habits. If it is taking a cup of water every day, do so to keep your brain healthy because that's a source of all your decisions. The hippocampus is always there to guide you, but then keep it healthy. Know what you feed your body. Know maybe if you're waking up to a few press ups, yes, well and good, but make it a habit, make it a discipline, and be consistent in your routines and simple habits like, for example, staying organized, managing time, getting enough rest, avoiding competition and influence, drinking water. All these can help you to minimize or avoid errors in life. Avoid procrastination. What procrastination leads us into is coming up with rash decisions or rash acts. And the last minute acts are not always nice. That's why you end up performing mistakes. So do not be rushed. Avoid last minute mistakes. In How do you do this? By avoiding procrastination. Make sure every task is accomplished at the planned time. Set boundaries. Sometimes having a standard is not pride, like I always say. Set boundaries. Know the people to come next to you or close to you. Know the people you go close to. And in so doing, you get to interact with only the people you want, and you know very, very well. Yes, that is under setting boundaries. And make sure you know your limits. You know your limits in people's lives, and make sure you also set limits. Yes, and in that way, people will know. I can give you an example. Several people, let's say there is a lady walking in town, maybe there are men first. So now there are some ladies that men will not even think about distracting because of maybe how they dress, their boundaries, and they have set limits. But there is a lady, it could be you, I don't know. But then once they are passing around, they do not have limits. Every man can approach, or every man can say, oh, yeah, she's very easy to get. So set boundaries and have limits. And then avoid overcommitting. Avoid overcommitting. Overcommitting is so learn when to say no. Do not accept every plan. That's overcommitting. For every idea you say yes. For everything you say yes. Can you provide this? Yes. And what that increases are chances of failing to achieve, or failing to respond, or failing to implement. And so doing, you're increasing mistakes or a chance to perform errors in life. So avoid overcommitting. Learn when to say no. Kindly learn when to say no. And avoid boredom. Yes, avoid boredom. It's very dangerous because remember, an idle mind is a devil's workshop, but also uh, with boredom, you're distracting your mind with different things, and I think that is why they call it a devil's workshop then. So avoid it because you end up performing mistakes. That's when you think of the wrong plans you had actually avoided over time. Surround yourself with the appropriate people. One of the things I learned from the 48 laws of power is know the people you're working with. Do not offend wrong people. Because if you surround yourself with bad people, then surely you can't avoid a mistake. So surround yourself with appropriate people and people who will encourage you. So you may tell someone, "Oh, I'm thinking of doing such subjects for my high school," but some people do not even know about high school or the subjects you're talking about. So the only thing they would be like is, "Yeah, go on, go on." So know the people you're dealing with always, and take breaks in life. Like I said, detach. Some of the reasons we do mistakes is we want to overwork, or we are still stuck to the goals that failed. Detach. Sometimes you have to, you're still chasing one woman for over 50 years. No, I think sometimes you need to know when to stop and detach. Focus on other things. Let the higher intelligence, you know, take charge. Believe in the universe. Believe in what life has to offer to you. Yeah. Sometimes you're tying on a certain type of car. No, detach. You'll make mistakes. You end up stealing. It's okay sometimes to detach. I'm not saying you give up on your goals, but in taking breaks in life, you can as well detach. Focus, change direction. Otherwise, there will be very many regrettable actions that we shall make. Then mind what you feed your body, what you watch, what you hear. Yes, what you touch. Because remember, the mind is responsible for most of the actions you do. Respect it and keep it clean and fresh. Feed your eyes with appropriate content because eventually what comes out of your body will be a result of what you fed it with. Then be yourself, live within your means. Do not opt for an expensive life you cannot afford. It will lure you into stealing, into committing murder. Yes, only go for that you can afford, unless it is just to, inspire you. So be yourself. Don't try to live some other person's life. In so doing, you'll perform very, very, very many mistakes. So have yourself occupied always. Boredom is not good. Use technology appropriately. Some of the mistakes we do because maybe we are not using technology in the right way. It is here to help us, guide us, but also remember to use it appropriately. Then document, record, always remember. Some of the mistakes you do may be poor time management. Set an alarm in your phone. Record to avoid forgetting. Yes. Write down, take notes so that you can always remember. Otherwise, maybe your manager will ask you about something you are supposed to have achieved, but you cannot recall. Then be patient with life. Some of us want to achieve after a minute of trying. Now be patient. And then lastly, build resilience when mistakes happen and forgive yourself. And as well forgive others. Because if you don't forgive others, you always seek revenge. You might actually go for revenge and you worsen the situation. You end up dying there. Yes, basically that is it. But like I promised, I can't go minus telling you about decision making. So decision making is a key component in reducing mistakes. And maybe first of all, I would want to define for you what the different types of decision making are. One is rational. So under rational decision making, we are involving. This is now logical. Yeah. So it is based on data and analysis. Yes. In rational, you based on data and analysis. So it's very logical. Whereas intuitive, it is based on your gut feelings or experience. Yes, that's the major difference between the two. But whereas in collaborative decision making, you're having several people involved. So you have input from several people. Yeah, that's collaborative decision making. And when you're making a decision, sometimes you don't focus on yourself alone. Several other people have to be included. How does it affect the different people? Your organization, your environment, yourself, your family, Then common decision making biases to avoid. One is the confirmation bias. Please avoid this. This is where you're always seeking information that confirms your beliefs. That's confirmation bias. So you're coming up with, you're looking for excuses. So under confirmation bias, you're seeking information that confirms your beliefs. So that bias should be avoided. The other bias is called the anchoring bias. Very funny. So you're relying too heavily on the first piece of information you received. Yes, take an extra step and look for more information. So here you're trying to seek maybe you're trying to seek information that confirms what your belief is, but then under anchoring bias, you're trying to rely heavily on the first piece of information, and might be true, it might be wrong. Overconfidence bias, here you're being overly certain of your own decisions. You're very sure this decision you're going to make will yield, and majorly you do not allow input from the rest because you're too confident about the results of your decision. Then the last bias I want to warn you about is the loss aversion, the fear of losses. And this leads you to a risk averse decision because always, like I told you in the previous videos, is one of the biggest hindrances to success is the fear to fail, the fear to obtain losses, and the fear to start. And that begins with loss aversion. Remember to make informed decisions, take time, don't rush, evaluate your consequences, consider not only yourself, and keep your values and goals. In life, make sure you have goals and keep them. Yes. So please, uh, learn the opportunities ahead of you and know how you can use them. Surely, don't be the reason people hate themselves. Don't be the reasons people regret. Don't be the reasons people spend their short life sad. Yes, like I said at the beginning, happiness can be shared and it never decreases. Yes, keep away from trouble if you can. Remember, mistakes happen, but how you handle them is what matters. They may not kill you themselves, but how you handle them matters a lot. Otherwise, thank you for your time. Remember to share. You can be the person who suggests the next episode in the group in the comment section. Please post it there. You can in the comment section write what you want me to present about next time, or if there is anything that you need clarity on, still in the comment section. Also remember to in one way or the other include what you learned. Yeah, and try to be as involved as you can. Remember, we are trying to build a world we would want to live in, and a future that surely is appetizing for everyone. Thank you so much, and have a nice day.